What's up, guys? We are here in Springfield, Missouri at the Thunderdome 2.0. We've all been playing Nerf for a few days. I've been doing Troll and Tony stuff. And this right here, this is Jack of Thunderdome, Nova Scotia. He is here for the first time and we are so excited. And so I figured I would make a video about this pink bastard. It is called the Neo Boot because everyone's always asking, what is that? What is that? This is the primer I use almost all the time for big stuff. I don't use it for HVZ because it's not that effective. You don't need to be making long shots in HVZ. You shoot what's right in front of you, and that keeps you alive. But we're still going to talk about it anyway. But before we talk about the Neo Boot, which has a 3-round RCB mag on there, we need to talk about why is it called the Boot. It's an ERTL PS pump action shotgun. They were available at like Bass Pro. I found all these thrifting. The Neo Boot. It's called the Neo Boot because this is the original boot. This is Alice from, you said you're from London, Ontario? Yep. And your YouTube channel is what?
Alice-Coat Duck.
Alice-Coat Duck. She does YouTube videos about Nerf and gaming and stuff. So this is the boot. I call it the boot because it is my first thing. I made the stock out of a pair of boots. I just made this PAS, and this is, where's an original one down here? What do these look like? This is, what was your name? You were Josh?
From Houston.
Josh
Texas.
from Houston, Texas. Alright, so here, right here, hold that pink diamond up. This is one Sammy made. They had this really, put your hand in there and model that for us. How that just, now try and shoulder that like a gun. It's kind of awkward and it doesn't fit adults. It doesn't even really fit kids unless they're like newborns. And why do newborns have highly powered guns? So there's that. So to fix that equation, I built an adult size stock that would feel like a shotgun, and it's the boot. I wrapped it in leather. I feel like it kind of feels like Firefly to me. And this is the first thing I ever really was proud of modding. It shoots these originals. Anyone? Okay, so it's a ball blaster similar with that inline magazine. Hold it up. This is Christian from OSU, right?
Yep.
Has a ball blaster thing on there, and the balls shoot very 20 to 25 floppy feet. Falls out of there. And so what everyone does with these is they take this off of here, and then they turn it into something like this, where they just couple it down with CPVC or something else. And that's what I did for a long time with the boot. The boot, it has nothing in here right now. It fell apart, and so I took the internals out and put it into the box. Hold that up, hold the stock up for me, Chad. The stock is just like, this is like, I spent tons of time on this with leather wrapping, and once this fell apart, I didn't want to cut this up. So I just pulled it, I put this up on the wall since it's special to me, and I made the box, and it's made out of like sticks and duct tape, and if I ever have to cut that up, I'm not going to cry 1 second about it. But took the internals out, and the reason why the first one broke is this right here, is because I was vacuum loading darts in there, and I wasn't, but I knew if it vacuum loaded to stop and pull it out of there, but I handed it to other people. Most of the time I won't give my modded blasters to people who don't mod stuff, because they will break your shit. Because if they don't mod stuff, they don't know that there's nuance to stuff, and they have to be careful, and they'll just, like, if it stops working, they'll just push it harder until it falls apart. So vacuum loaded, broke, snapped the internals of it, I pulled it out, put it in here, and it was great for a little bit, and then after that we made some other iterations. ERTL PS is my favorite blaster almost ever. With the elite versions now, there's just not really a whole lot of reason for these big sniper rifles, but it's like the poor man's crossbow. I found all these for about $1 to $3, and this is the Neo Boot. This is the reason why we're making this video. It is the Neo Boot. It has 3 rounds of awesome, and how I do that, why don't you fire that for us? Here, let's fire the box. Let's see that, Chad. Yep. Shoots laser beams. It's wonderful, it's accurate. You're only as accurate as your darts, but most of the time the darts are awesome. Okay, so RSCB, you've got that single loader we usually do. Show them how we do these darts with your hand, Chad. This is how we do Thunderdome hand magging. So you get a pile of darts, so what do you do with it, Chad?
Wow. Blast is so twisted in right here.
Not that. Show your hand mag. Show how we hand mag.
How do I hand mag?
Pick up the darts. Don't be a derp.
Don't be a derp.
Hand mag.
I don't use the same strategies as you, Rob.
Okay, show what I do. Show what adults do. So
Show what adults do. I'm an adult.
What we typically do is you have 4 to 9, whatever darts you can fit in your hand, all facing the same way, and then show us that technique. So shoot, and then reload. Do it very slow. That's us. I can do that about 3 times as fast as that. So you got that for that. That's pretty fast. Now, Jack, show us how we do the ERTL PAS Neo Boot. Fire it, shoot it, reload it. See, now you need to have like a forward motion, not necessarily forward, but down like a little. There you go. Now you reload the same way with that, except your hand mag is in the back, dropping it in the tube. And you can still get pretty decently quick with that. You don't want to put couches in there because that'll get jammed up. And then, there you go. There you go, got it there. And now you lose a little bit of velocity unless you really get that technique down. There's a lot more of an art than a science with those RCBs for anyone who shot them. But yeah, once you get that motions to it, even for me, I want to shoot really long shots. You can't just like a normal blast. You aim at about 45 and then it just goes. With this, I do a point where here. Hold me. Let me see this. Film me for a second, Mr. Jack. Got it.
Be famous.
So what I do with these is I'll load darts in here like so. You do it really quick and fast. And so if you just aim it up like this, most of the time it won't fire. That one, we got lucky on that one. That one too. But what you'll see me doing on the football field is just like a big old kind of Happy Gilmore golf swing. Is I'll just go. And that motion of you're down and then you're up, and by the time you hit that circular point, you want to fire it right at that apex of it. So you can kind of force fake that 45. And up at that angle, you saw when Jack was shooting it, it kind of like you didn't get as much velocity because it wasn't wedged all the way in there. But if you're just doing that, and it's kind of like if you've ever done the wanted Nerf dart where you're trying to spin the bullet, it doesn't really work, but you can get a little bit better at it where it's not complete garbage. But it's fun. So you'll see me doing that all the time if we ever fight on a big field with the big old Neo boot. And I've got some other iterations of stuff we've done. I have a big PS collection. I gave one away during NVZ. This Christian has is this thing's not finished. It's kind of a work in progress, and it was like a quick spray paint whatever job. It's like a clown car full of sadness and like a crappy paint job down here. But I was like, what's the most ignorant paint job I can do to Earl PS? And this is what I came up with. So internals are just like, it's not done yet, it'll be eventually something. Really the PSs I have are to maintain the Neo boot, the boot, and then that brings me to this one. And who are you and where are you from?
I am Dakota from the SCNC, aka GameStop.
Got it. And you are Christian from OSU, and you are Josh from, where are you from?
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas, and we're all up here for Nation vs. Zombies, which was pretty good.
Woo!
What's consensus on NVZ was?
Pretty good.
I feel like that's every game HVZ. There's always going to be some, goddamn it, what the fuck is this? But you have a good
All
time no
those
matter
mixed
what.
feelings.
And
Yeah,
then-
all day, every day.
This is Chad. Chad is a Thunderdome regular. He is our token zombie in most of the videos. You've seen quite a few things about him. And Alice from London, Ontario. Jack from Nova Scotia. And then, all right, this one right here. This is a bad idea for anywhere except if your Nerf arena's in your backyard. So this is, the whole thing with Earl PS is you're changing the barrel out, and then you're trying to add a stock that isn't like fetus-sized. And so this was my other attempt at this. I found this, I don't know what rifle this was, but I found a used, like, $15 rifle stock. And it's, you know, it's got some use, and I don't know if it's killed any Nazis or something, but we chopped this front part off, me and Cameron did, and then we didn't get ready to really finalize it, so we just kind of shoved it on here, and if you put your hand on here, there's no way to hold a PS that isn't complete goofy garbage, so you're kind of used to that claw hand. And with this, it's about the same. Go ahead and shoulder that like a rifle. See, looks like a gun, feels like a gun. I've actually had this one in my sniper tower. Well, police, there was happened to be some police in the back alley behind my house looking for something or someone. It wasn't that big a deal. And it was a weird moment because there's police just walking around with this dog, and I just waved at them, and they just knew, okay, this guy is in a weird, crazy backyard Nerf circus. And I was like, oh man, I could get shot with this thing. And the cop just waved because he knew it was fine. Like, they just know that I'm the weird guy. So don't ever do this. Don't put gun parts on a Nerf gun unless you're in your backyard or you're in Australia and you want to be weird and like whatever they do, you know? The Spectres, you guys are crazy. I love you Australians, but I don't understand half of the things you do, but it's wonderful. So that thing's awesome. Once you fire it a time or two. Oh. Wah, wah, wah.
Well,
That was holding the trigger
it's awesome,
down.
we promise.
You have to twist fit that one just a little bit. Some of these barrels are a little bit tighter. The stuff Cameron makes is much tighter. He doesn't even really file barrels because he likes to twist fit and shoot laser beams. And I go more towards not having to twist fit and I cone the barrels out where the front is a lot looser than the back, giggity. And so you just shove them in there, you get like maybe 75% of the distance, but I can shoot twice as many darts as Cameron because I don't have to twist fit stuff. And down here, this is made by our token brother. This is Pink Dynamite. Go ahead and hold that one up for me, Josh. Pink Dynamite. This is one Sammy did. I bought it from Sammy just for parts for my other ones. And the reason why it's just the parts and why I don't have it in my arsenal, go ahead and fire that for me. Go ahead and pump it back and see what it'll do for you. See what it did there? You kind of like, it's trying to vacuum load. Go ahead and fire it. Now, what happens with this one? This is kind of a mistake. This is the first PSM I ever modded, and he rather than, you see what I did with these, I left the orange part on there. I chopped that off and I kind of used it as a thing. But Sammy was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get rid of all the dead space," and he got rid of all the dead space and kind of broke the stuff. So cat's all the way back in there, and it has a lot of issues. I think he didn't put the return spring on here, so that just kind of sits there and it's wonky. And there's always just kind of an issue with vacuum loading, and it doesn't want to work right. So if you ever do one of these, take this part, leave the orange part on there. That seats in there just very correctly with epoxy or hot glue or something, but don't cut that off. It just makes it work like shit. So yeah, don't do this, do that, or not do that. Do that, or that. And then this one down here, why don't you show us that other one you got? This is another work in progress that started making a movie and I bought my rental house and I just ran out of time. This is another don't do this unless your backyard is a Nerf arena. This is a Remington 870 stock kit. I'm not going to touch your wee-wee. Go ahead and kind of put that up there where it looks like it should fit there. Back it up just a hair where it's right. Okay, so that's what that is. It's a Remington 870 stock. You can actually butterfly this apart right here, that section. You might need 2 hands to separate these, like
Currently separable.
Yeah, separate it out. Hey, you broke my thing. So what we did is me and Cameron, this was kind of like a 2-3 hour project that we just stopped carrying after that and didn't finish it, which is most Nerf projects. And we ground that inside out of there, and we tried to sheathe this onto here just to make it work. The thesis statement to this project is, hey, I found a Remington 870 stock on a shotgun or on a Nerf blaster that looks like a shotgun. Let's put it on the Nerf gun. And we haven't quite achieved that perfectly yet, but that's what it's going to be. And I've shot a lot of things with a Remington 870, so eventually that'll be pretty cool, but you know, I'm limited to the backyard on it. Cameron actually did a coupler on this one. Instead of doing the fixed barrel, it's more of like Jack's crossbow where you have like speed loaders and the more things like a lot of other folks do. I don't like speed loaders, I like fixed barrels, but you know, you could put just about anything you want on that fixed thing and then you just have that great power system all the time. So we're getting kind of long here. I'm going to film another, that was covered up. I'm going to film another little quick video about Jack and Thunderdome Nova Scotia, and check out Thunderdome right now. If you want to watch that video, it'll be popping up in a few minutes. So guys, thank you so much for watching Thunderdome Nation vs. Zombies. I'm going to tease an idea here. There might be a thing next year it's an invitational in Springfield, Missouri. But I don't think it's going to be a Nation vs. Zombies thing. It's going to be something else, and it might have something to do with Drac and the SCNC. So, teasing the idea. Talk amongst yourselves. I will talk to y'all soon. Thanks for being a part of the video. Thanks for showing all the boots, guys. See y'all soon.